guess we are live, but I still don't see a video here. Let me know if you see me. No, probably we are not. We are not live. No, now we are live. Okay, perfect. So yeah, hi everybody. Welcome to our stream. Welcome to Journey to Grandmasters, a place where you can improve every aspect of your chess game. And today we're gonna play together. It's Title Tuesday, and hopefully it's gonna be instructive for you. I'm gonna share my ideas, my thought process throughout the games. I mean, that's always very difficult for me to play because there are so many strong grandmasters taking part. And yeah, Hikaru is playing today. Alexander Bortnik is playing. And yeah, just all of the very strong guys here as always. And let's see, Vladimir Kramnik is playing today as well. So yeah, that's going to be a very tough tournament. We still have 3 minutes before, so feel free to ask your questions. Let me open the chat. Yeah, thank you very much for helping me. Hi, Konstantin. Thank you. Thank you a lot for congratulations. And yeah, hopefully today it would be exciting. Hopefully we are gonna score some nice victories because, well, not always it's easy, especially since it's just 1 second increment and yeah, the time runs very, very fast. But yeah, I'm gonna try to focus on making strong moves fast, and that should be a good recipe to win today. Can you show who are playing today? Yeah, I'm just made it the way that you have the board here, so I'm not sure how to show you who is playing. Yeah, I don't think I can manage to do that now because it's pretty complicated here, the whole system. But I can tell you that, yeah, all of the strong grandmasters you probably know are taking part. Penguin is playing. With this one, Matthias Bluebaum is playing. Andreikin is playing. Dmitry Kolors is playing. So yeah, all of the strong guys, and there's always a great number of strong chess players from India that are just crushing everybody the last few years. Of course, they're always taking part too. So we will see. Are you real? I am. Yes, I'm a real international master already for what year is it? For 5 years, basically. That's quite a long time. But yeah, and moreover, now I'm trying to become a grandmaster. So that is basically the whole channel is about the journey to get to this grandmaster title. And hopefully I'm going to achieve it in the end of the day. And you can follow the whole process together with me. Recommendations for breaking 1400. Well, yeah, I'm often telling you about that. The first thing you must always try to do is analyzing your own games and trying to understand why and what you did wrong. And what's even better is analyzing the games first without the engine and only afterwards just proving whether you are right or wrong with the engine. So first, always try to understand on your own what went wrong, because then you're going to understand it much better once you just check it out with the engine. Because if you just do that, it's already good, it's already much better than not analyzing your games at all. But you just see the answers immediately without really trying to understand, for example, if you have lost a game, why did that happen? What was the critical moment? Yeah, and otherwise, analyzing the games of chess grandmasters from the history and from today and learning from it. Okay, we have the first game. Hopefully you can see it. I'm playing against Alexandra Samaganova, a women FIDE master. Let me try to play d6 and a5. c4, yeah, it means that for some reason people are not playing d4. They won the English opening, so I'm just playing the stuff that I usually like to play. And she's also a streamer. She's streaming right now, commenting the game. So yeah, let's see how it goes. I want to play c6 and d5, but with this structure it's pretty difficult because she has 3 attackers for this square, and I'm not sure if I'm gonna be able to do that. I mean, c6 is always useful to block this bishop. Maybe I can play bishop knight to b6 and d5. Okay, d4, now we have something different. Now it's more difficult for me to play d5, but it's also a very typical structure. Normally the knight is on f3 and then it's blocking the bishop, but here the knight is very well placed on e2. Let me see how I can continue. And a6, b5 is also not a good idea because the diagonal is not blocked. Oops, that was a mouse slip. I didn't want to play d5. I'm losing the pawn now. Oh, that's horrible. It's also a very, very important pawn. I just wanted to show that I can't play d5, but well, what happened is what happened. Maybe I can try to attack the h3 pawn somehow. I don't know. Yeah, but she just goes back, so I have to take here. But then I don't have any follow-up. I'm just a pawn down without any compensation. Let me try to trick her somehow. Maybe queen b6. I don't know, maybe trying to put some pressure. Still I have this knight f6, yeah, but she's playing queen to b3. I don't want to exchange because I'm some material down. Maybe queen f6 or queen g6. I'm not sure. Maybe queen f6 because knight f4 might come with a tempo. And then maybe knight goes to b6. I mean, bishop b7 shouldn't be a problem because of rook. Yeah, she just goes back. She's very smart here. Just d5 was so stupid. Okay, anyway. Takes, knight c5. Let's try that. Because if she takes with a pawn, she has an isolated pawn. And this way, I'm at least winning a tempo. And this bishop on c1, that is my only good point here, that it's not participating in the game and I have a little bit of time. This knight on d4 is all very, very strong. Want to bring my rook to c8. Yeah, b4, I was afraid of that. Now this bishop is suddenly going to b2, where it's going to be very strong. So let me... And knight a6 is... After a3, it's going to be very bad there, but I mean, don't see any alternative. Otherwise, I'm not creating any threats. Knight a6, bishop b2. Yeah, I don't like both of the moves. Just a bad position. Have to look for my chances somehow, but I don't see any chances. Just a very bad position. Yeah, bishop b2. Rook c8. No, doesn't help. Maybe, yeah, but queen h6 there is knight to f5. Let me put it on g5. Horrible, horrible position. I mean, the c6 pawn, it was so important to block this bishop. And now it's not there, so the bishop can take. That's maybe not such a big deal, but this bishop is so strong. She can just play a3, just stabilizing the whole thing. But I have rook c8, b6, I don't know. Maybe I can survive for a little bit. Also, I have just 44 seconds, so I have to speed up. If she would have less time, maybe I could try to trick her somehow, but she has, yeah, 1.5 minutes, twice as much as I have. It's gonna be very difficult. And also the position is pretty simple. I mean, yeah, all of the pieces are developed now. Maybe bishop d6, trying to, I don't know, sacrifice something. Maybe h5, h4, but she's gonna play h4 and just make sure that everything is fine. It's almost impossible to create any threats. Yeah, now rook is coming to d1, threatening to take. Well, maybe not now because it's fine. Let's play h5. Anyway, maybe bishop e5 could have been the move. g6. Maybe somehow supporting this bishop, just in case. Yeah, just bishop back. Yeah, now both of the bishops are hanging. Let me take here. Yeah, now at least I deal with the threat, but how do I move? I don't see any moves. It's so horrible here. She doesn't have any weaknesses. Maybe I should take on g3 and just hope for the best. Oh, I mean, everything is so stable. It should be 4, but it doesn't give me... Maybe it does give me something. If takes, rook takes, and on h4 is hanging, on g3 is hanging. I'm gonna try that. 14 seconds. Hopefully she's gonna think a little bit so that she's in time trouble too. Takes. 25. I was hoping for rook e6. At least protecting everything for now. After queen d5. Otherwise... Okay. Oh, how do I deal with it? I don't see anything. Rook d6 was a huge threat, so that's why I needed to play that. Okay, now at least my king would be active, but I have 2 seconds. It's so horrible. g5. Oops. That's basically a checkmate, or not? Ah, no, the pawn is hanging. Not taking it. Okay, maybe I can fight for a draw somehow, at least. If I can't create any threats. I need to exchange... Ah, no. Spawn again. I have forgotten about it for the second time. Rook f6. No, I'm not seeing anything. Somehow this d5 mouse sleep was devastating for me because I couldn't recover afterwards. Two pawns is too much. She has 6 seconds, I don't know. I don't see any way to trick, to be honest. Still surviving for a little bit, but now the pawns are going forward. Yeah. Maybe I need to go to that side. Yeah, now at least I have king f5. Now it's not that simple to break through. Hopefully. My king just stays there. And how do you make any progress? King to g4. Let's take a risk because otherwise it's going to be lost. Well, 1 second. Ah, now she's going to the other direction, and I didn't stop the move. Oh my god. Yeah, now it's lost. Wow, that was tough. I mean, this d5, I just couldn't handle it. It was a completely normal position here. I can show you in the analysis board. Just controlling everything, controlling the center, and then, yeah, how could you do that? I mean, you can take, you can play knight b6, you can play knight f8, there are some bishop f8, there are so many ideas. Bishop f8 is basically typical, and then e4, d5, but yeah, after d5, it's still not such a big deal. I mean, according to the engine, it's +1, and you can live with that, but somehow, yeah, I couldn't put myself together. And then I didn't really have any chances. Yeah, it was just too tough. Once I put my king on, yeah, here I lost another pawn. Once I put my king on f5 and she played f4, e5, I thought, yeah, maybe I could handle it somehow. But she has found this plan with bishop on h4 and then the king is moving all the way and I can't stop it. Okay, anyway, doesn't matter. We have another game immediately here. So I was playing quite long. Hopefully this one will be better. Hopefully I'm not gonna mouse click anything. Sorry, I have a little problem because my battery ran out. Just a second, it should be back. Yeah, meanwhile, I'm trying to deal with those problems here. And yeah, I see that you are asking a lot of questions, but currently I don't have any opportunity to answer it because I have already another game. And okay, so here I protect the c4 pawn, and hopefully, yeah, now you should be able to see me again. And castles, yeah, maybe e4 is on my agenda. That's a very, very typical idea, but I guess e4 is possible. I don't see what's wrong with it, because also I'm attacking the bishop. I mean, I don't really want to make this bishop very strong along the diagonal, but if I don't play e4, I don't really have anything active. Ah, okay, it takes a knight f6. Yeah, that's a problem. That's a problem. Maybe bishop g5, though. Okay, now with bishop h4, g5, I can maybe sacrifice. We were questioning your existence. Yeah, I'm here. I just had a little bit of technical issues because the battery on the camera ran out. Can I play c5? Maybe not. Maybe I'm just losing the pawn there. Because now knight c4 is kind of a problem. Maybe I have... Yeah, I guess I have to take. Then I have to play rook d1, and then I have to play c5. That is the way. Because I really don't want to allow this bishop to be very active here, and also have to speed up, otherwise I'm gonna lose on time again. Or maybe I allow c5 and then play d5, also an option. Maybe b4 for now, or yeah, let's play b4. I guess the difference is not that huge, but if I spend a lot of time, then it would be very significant. Yeah, let's play c5, okay. Maybe put some pressure on the c6 pawn and play knight e5 one day. Yeah, I'm gonna definitely answer your questions after the game, so don't go away. Just try not to lose here. Do I have b5? Or it's too risky? Because takes, I have c6. And seems like I'm winning a piece. Takes, rook takes, pawn takes. I still have c6, but I'm a pawn down. So it's not that great. He wants to play rook d8. How do I deal with it? Maybe rook d2 and rook d1, because anyways this bishop a6 comes with a tempo and some variations. Let's just double it. Yeah, now the question is, which pawn do I take with? Or maybe I take with a queen. No, I guess I take with a pawn. Yeah, I don't like that he has two bishops, and at some point it might really make a role. I want to bring my knight to d6. That would be a dream. I like the fact that I don't have any weaknesses now, because if I take with the b pawn, then d4 is kind of a weakness. Now it's not. Do I have rook d6? No, I don't have it. Oops! Mouse sleep again. Do I... Maybe I write him... I don't know why I'm doing it. For the second game in a row. Maybe I'm too nervous or something. Yeah, if he takes the rooks, then I should just resign. But he's thinking for a long time. Maybe he wants to make some kind of a fair play and allow me to make another move. But I mean, what is the move he's making then? He can play bishop g5 and allow me to take. If he wants to. If he doesn't want, that's life. Ah, okay, he offers a draw. Yeah, well, that's very honest from his side. Yeah, somehow it's very difficult. Yeah, offer draw. Yeah, maybe I should have offered a draw. I didn't really thought about it, but the game was very good from his side. Game review says 93%. Ah, okay, so you take here with a bishop. I didn't know that. So you do give away a pair of bishops, but in the other way, because here it's move with a tempo. And then, yeah, white is pretty active here. Okay, the knight might also knight f6. It's around equal, but somehow maybe I don't play e4 then. Yeah, bishop b2 is another normal move. c5. Yeah, okay. Yeah, let me quickly take a look at it and then I'm gonna answer your questions. Bishop h4 is a mistake, so I should just take it here immediately. Right, because I wanted to play c5 and that is just allowing me to do just that. Yeah, that was stupid. That is exactly what I wanted to get, and I could get it here. Okay. Yeah, maybe today is just not my day. Rook d5 is incredible. And the engine, the chess.com artificial intelligence says that I have played this game for 2700 and my opponent for 3000. 3000 is very tough, but I mean, after Rook d5, you can't really say 2700. Okay, so back to your questions. Let me just go back to the tournament so I don't miss the next round. Oh, Magnus Carlsen is playing today. We have the former world champion taking part. Yeah, and unfortunately I'm not gonna get to him anymore because I have too few points. Okay, so back to the questions. Let me open it. I guess we have stopped here. Can you play the Panziani? I guess, I'm not even sure what the opening it is. I guess it's something from e4, e5 territory, and I don't play e4, and I don't play e5, so basically I can't. I'm playing as well. Yeah, thank you very much, Ivan. Hi. Best of luck to you too. I'm 20. Can I become at least a national master if I start my chess career now? I'm just 1500 in online. Well, you can definitely become a national master if you have a possibility to dedicate enough time to it, to train a lot. And yes, that is definitely possible. The question is, normally children are growing fast because they have this time. I don't know, they have school, but still quite a lot of free time. And if you are 20, if you are in the university, if you have a lot of courses to study, like I had a few years ago, then it would be really difficult. But if you have some free time to dedicate it to chess, then definitely everything is possible. But you need to study hard, of course. Let me maybe update the page. Okay, still some games are going on, so we have time. How do you analyze Grandmaster game? Should you put it in like a lead chess study? Should you use engine? Should you play out possible variants that could have happened? How do you do it? Well, the best thing is to take even here we can see you. Yeah. Fortunately, I'm here. Everything is fine. Oh, by the way, Gotham Chess is playing. I can show you his game. He's playing here as black, but it's a well-known draw. It was a well-known draw. Now he's winning. I guess his opponent is very having a panic because of the time, low time. That is why she missed the draw. Anyway, well, the best way is to find a good book. For example, I don't know, 60 memorial games of Robert Fischer, and yeah, just analyze it, reading his comments without the engine. Afterwards, after you have seen the game, you can take a look at it with the engine just to check. It's very curious also to see how yeah, the engine evaluation of those old games, old classical games, very fascinating stuff. But first of all, you just go through it with the comments, and yeah, you can take a lot out of it, reading those comments from the best guys in the world. Okay, I have another round here. Hopefully I'm gonna finally win the game. It's a very strong player. I guess I have played against him. Yeah, twice. And so far I have won both of the games, so hopefully it's gonna continue, but today is somehow very tough for me. So we have some kind of a Sicilian, and I'm trying to stop the move d4, but maybe I'm not gonna succeed with that because bishop is going to b5. If I go bishop d7, there is e5. Takes, knight g4, queen e2. Knight d4 is probably... Yeah, maybe it's working actually. Okay, let's take a risk. So e5, I take it. Okay. Well, this variation I like because now I have a pair of bishops pretty much without any problems, and this bishop on c6 is very good. So yeah, I quite like it. I guess e5 was a critical line, but I didn't see why it wouldn't work for me. Of course, he's still active. He's still continuing the attack somehow, and that might be very dangerous. So I have to be careful with that. Maybe e6 to make f5 more difficult, but he doesn't care. Okay. I'm gonna take definitely with e-pawn to open up my bishop. At least, yeah, that was the point. Ah, okay. Now bishop h6. But maybe I have knight to h5 because that is blocking the attack, so knight g5 is not possible. Bishop takes. Otherwise, I of course want to exchange the queens. So the only move not to exchange the queens would be bishop g5, but then even bishop f6, or maybe it's working because bishop g5, bishop f6, pawn takes. I have bishop takes f3, bishop takes f3, f6, sorry, queen takes, knight takes, rook takes. Everything is going off the board, and the resulting endgame should be around equal. If I want to fight for more, then I have to play f6 after bishop g5. But it's very risky because it's gonna make my king more vulnerable. Although without the light square bishop for white side, it's not that dangerous. Okay, he just takes here. But then I'm thinking for a second if I can be greedy and take on g7 with the knight, defending the pawn. But knight g5, I have h5, yeah, and then he's gonna sacrifice the rook. Then I guess I have to take. And take probably with the knight, although I'm not even entirely sure. Yeah, let's take with the knight. Still, I have a bishop. I mean, bishop should be stronger than the knight. The position is pretty opened. Not afraid of f6, at least I hope so, because the knight will come to d4, and this pawn might eventually become a weakness. And I really enjoy my bishop. Okay, he goes for it. Maybe I'm missing something, maybe some knight d4. But I mean, I can even sacrifice this pawn, knight d4, knight takes d6, rook e2. Rook will be a monster there. In every case, I don't feel like without the queens, I'm not afraid of this pawn. And I hope to win it one day. Knight f4. Ah, okay, knight e1. Yeah, but even knight h5 might be an idea. This knight was on h5, it went to g7, to e6, to f4, and now maybe I want to play knight h5 to win the pawn if he plays rook to e1, for example. Or I just want to play rook e6, that would be a much simpler solution. Rook e6 now, takes, pawn takes, and then hopefully I'm just winning the pawn. Knight g5, can I take? Rook e7 doesn't seem to be that dangerous because this bishop is controlling everything. And once I remove this pawn, I can once again play... Okay, now I take with the pawn, definitely. Because in this case, my... Ah, okay, he has knight takes e6. But g2 is also hanging. Maybe I play e5 for now, protecting the knight on f4, but knight e4... Yeah, knight e4 is very, very annoying. And also he has f7. No, I should have taken, probably. Because now somehow everything is hanging. Maybe h6 is available for me though, because if the knight moves, then I take on e4 and on f6. If he plays f7, I hoped that I have king 2 or even king h8 to avoid some 96 tricks. So difficult to decide where should the... Let's hope that king h8 works. Let's hope that I haven't missed anything this time. So my point is, after rook takes f4, I can take it because 96 is not a fork like it was in the case of king to g7. Otherwise, if the knight goes away, I take on e4 and I take... Ah, no. No, there is a check, and that was like good. I was worried that he's gonna win the... Well, now I can take here, right? And then take on e4 if he takes back. I mean, he has to take back to take the knight on f4 because... Yeah, now I'm just taking here. Ah, and rook d6. Rook d6. And I can't really save this pawn. That's a pity. That's a pity because now I might lose a lot of pawns. But maybe I have rook d7 after rook e6. Ah, okay, he goes this side. Okay, then king to f6. At least my king is very active and my rook is also coming. And I have a protected passer. So what is it with the pawns? It's equal. Okay, equal is good. Because from a point, from a pawn structure perspective, okay. How do I deal with it? Hopefully I can take... No. Yeah, I was scared to take. I wasn't sure it's winning. Maybe it was. But this I like because I'm gonna get to the e4 pawn and hopefully... I mean, I understand I lose both b7 and a7, but my pawns should be faster. He plays b7 and somehow his rook is very, very passive and I might use it. Oops, I don't have any time. 2 seconds. Yeah. That was a pity. Check. f3 and now f2. How do I... Yeah, that is probably losing. No, I tried to play for a win and now it's a checkmate. Ah, come on. Somehow today is so unfortunate. But I did my best. I mean, I had 2 seconds. I tried to win the game, and that is what happens if you are trying to win the game, which is not really winning. Okay, there are so many questions. Do you think in the very distant future chess will be solved? No, I don't think so. I don't think that chess can be, like, if I understand your question correctly, completely solved because there are just so many different positions that is... Yeah, I don't know how powerful the computers are gonna be, but there are so many... e5 was actually a blunder here. There are so many variations, so many different positions that it doesn't seem to be, at least to my eyes, possible. Have you listened to... No, I don't listen to rap at all, so I don't know what you're talking about. What was the biggest upset in your chess career? Mine was yesterday. I dropped 100 elo. Wow, 100 elo is huge. Yeah, I feel bad for you. I mean, I don't really care about this Title Tuesday result, for example. I mean, of course, I'm upset that I am losing all of the games, but it's not a big deal. It's not a real rating. It doesn't really affect me at any point. It doesn't decrease my chances to become a grandmaster or something like that. I'm just learning something new. I'm just getting some experience against strong opponents, which might be useful. But yeah, dropping 100 elo is very, very huge. I guess it was kind of the same for me. I definitely remember losing 80 rating points in one tournament, classical tournament. It was a Ukrainian chess championship among guys until, I mean, open section under 18 or something like that. I have dropped so many rating points, but then I have recovered afterwards. I have gone it. I have, yeah, I was going to Europe to play some tournaments, and I was getting it back and even more. So yeah, it's not a big deal. You need to think about it as a whole journey. You have some goal, and you need just to go for it, no matter what happens throughout the process. Okay, I have another game. I still have one half of a point, and that is only because my opponent played fairly, not making use of my mouse slip. F5. Do I play E4? I mean, at least we are getting some fun today. Let's play some fun openings. E4 is a very interesting gambit. Now this bishop is going to G5. Yeah, and C6 is the right move. Knight C6 is also possible. What do I do? I guess I just take the pawn back. Or do I play D5? Is D5 possible? No, I don't think so. Queen A5 is there, and it feels very bad. Let's just take and at least get this pawn back. Put the knight on G3, but now once again my opponent has a pair of bishops. So my wait a second, Queen H5? No, G6 was there. Now Queen H5, threatening to take. If G6, at least I have a perpetual check, but yeah, I want to play for a win, as always. That might be my only chance to develop. Also after Queen H5 there is Queen 8. Okay, then it's nothing. Then I just need to continue the development. 92. Maybe I play H4, H5, H6, something like that. Yeah, so about how do you recover, you should just, like I said, think about the whole journey, not about just one step. Bishop G4. Yeah, I'm not sure if I'm gonna have enough defenders there, so maybe... Okay, let me play Queen D2 and maybe a gold on castle. Because, well, I have to play here somehow, I have to create some attack, and if I make short castles, then I don't think it would be possible for me to attack. Knight to D7. Does it make any sense to play f3? Because the bishop doesn't really have a lot of squares to go, so e6 is good enough. Okay, let me castle, bring my rook to e1, and then maybe play knight f4. By the way, knight f5 is a very interesting idea. Maybe I should have played knight f5. Okay, he starts the attack here. I really want to bring my rook. I don't know, I like open files. You should always try to put your rooks on the open files. Also, there was a pin, so it's a very logical move, seems like. I'm not sure what this attack is about. H3, I have B3. Yeah, I understand that somehow, but I have C3 afterwards. Okay, let me go on with my idea. Now F3 is kind of a threat because this bishop has no moves. Ah, that is the problem, because knight e6 runs into bishop takes, rook takes, bishop f4. And so I have, if I don't want to go back, I have to either go to h5, but then g6, and I have to go back, and then I'm losing, or play knight e2. Knight e2 is fine, don't see anything particular wrong with it, but it's a move back, and it's blocking my rook. So queen c7 was clever. Probably I should have just played f3, bishop e6, and then knight f4 with a tempo, bishop f7 and knight e6. Yeah, that was the right approach. Now I still want to play f3, but definitely with my move back, black should have some opportunities. Still, nothing particularly bad here, so let's continue. Let's try to put some pressure. I mean, I have already lost like 50 rating points here in this tournament, so it can't get worse. Okay, finally I can... maybe... No, rook e2, I take with a knight. Just thinking for a second that the idea is rook takes, e2, rook takes, and then bishop takes f4. Okay, now I guess I have to take, because otherwise bishop f7, and now I just want to put my king into the safety, not to blunder this bishop f4 at some point, and then maybe continue my attack, but I don't see a good way to continue, because, yeah, maybe I have to play g3 just to make sure that this bishop is not that huge there, but yeah, now knight c1, it's not an advantage. I mean, maybe I'm even a little bit worse. Not a lot, because I don't have any real weaknesses. I want to fight for the e-file somehow. Bishop f5. Yeah, bishop f5 seems to be nice, because I'm putting some pressure. At the end of the day, this knight might be hanging. If you take all of the rooks and play queen e7, then I take the queen and win the knight. Otherwise, this knight is coming to d3. Really want to have it on d3. And all of the pawns are on the light squares. In terms of the opposite colors bishops, it might be relevant. Have to be fast. Once again, just 20 seconds. Probably I have to exchange the queens, but then it's probably just a draw. Okay. He's giving me a chance. Let's try to use it. Let's not exchange the queens. At least I have some security for my king. Bishop c8, because I don't want to go back, then f5. Although f5 does weaken the e5 square, but my bishop would never be active. Pawn is hanging. Let me take. Wow. King takes. That was unexpected. Queen c7. Don't want to exchange the queens, because then I don't know how to break through. Oh, maybe knight c5 was a move there. Knight c5 check was available. Ah, okay, I'm not getting away out of it. Okay, let's play knight c5 and maybe take it with the queen. Although he's gonna chase me everywhere. Let's at least bring his king back and then maybe play b3. I don't know. Maybe there is still something, because I might be able to create a passer if he takes. I take back with the pawn and then play a4, and I believe it might be winning. At least I hope so. Normally, if you have a distant passer, you're winning the game. Yeah, now he's spending all of his time. Okay, finally makes a move. Now let me bring my king. Takes. Yeah, probably I should have played. Yeah, now I'm still winning, right? Maybe I should have played h4 or something. Yeah, but still, I should be the first one. Yeah, that must be definitely winning. I'm taking all of the pawns, king f6. Yeah, so it worked out. Because at some point I thought there is no chance to fight for the victory. Okay, so now hopefully we are gonna have some time. Okay, now it's round number 4, so we are gonna have a lot of time to answer your questions, because it's gonna be a break. Yeah, so finally, first victory for today. I'm very happy about it. Let's take a look at the analysis first. Feel free to ask your questions. Yeah, and I even scored 91% of accuracy, almost 92%. That is something I didn't have today. So 92 is a mistake. How? Just c3. Right, c3, queen c2, and maybe still long castles. Yeah, this position is around equal, according to the engine. I'm wondering if I could have played here f3 immediately. No, not here. here. Yeah, that was definitely a possibility. And then knight f4, knight f5, that would be cool. That would be cool. Knight f4, I just missed the queen to c7 idea. Okay, bishop f5, still it's an equal position, but you notice that, as I'm always telling in my videos, the way to win your games is to create those threats. You need to create the threats as much as possible, especially in blitz when your opponent is under time pressure. By the way, here somewhere I thought that I have knight to c7, although knight to c5 check, although it's not a big deal, the king can just escape. Yeah, okay, it doesn't matter. And so this position is just equal. But the moment it goes into the pawn endgame, the situation changes. No, still a draw. Wow, I'm very curious about it. So this position is still a draw. You shouldn't just take it. Ah, okay, you just ignore it. Because if I take, you don't have any breakthrough. If I play a5, then still I suppose it's difficult. Although, if I play a5, you play b4, and then you just win the pawn. That's very clever. So here, should just either ignore it, I mean, king b6 or something, or even b4 is a good move. There is a protected passer, but because I don't really have any breakthrough here, yeah, that is not winning for me. Also, I can't go too far away from with my king because of c5 and d pawn will promote. So that is why it's a draw. But after you take on a4, you create a distant passer for your opponent, you probably lose. Although the engine says it's +1 here for white, +1 in the opponent games. It's probably not winning, probably still a draw. Let's see. c5 takes, king to b3. Yeah, basically the only move. d4, f4. Here it's already almost +2, so maybe... Yeah, okay. When the engine starts to think, he starts to realize it's a winning position. That's a problem with the engines. Even today, they are not that fast to understand something. They can calculate, but to understand that in the long run, maybe not in the next 5 moves, but in the long run, this pawn will decide the game. Still, it takes a lot of time for the engine to understand. Because still, what is +2? I mean, it's a pawn endgame. Either it's winning or it's a draw. +2 is not that clear what it means. Here it's already +3. And then finally it realizes, yeah, now it's +30. +30 is clear, it's winning, but +2, I don't know. Here, for example, it's just, yeah, once again, if you give some time, the engine starts to find the right moves, and then it's winning. Okay, do we have any games? No games, so let me come back to your questions. Which are your advices for improvement besides analyzing your own games, play puzzles, and study the game? That's a very good question. Well, it depends on your level, of course, because if you are, I don't know, 1,000 rated player, the way for you to improve is completely different from if you are 2,200 rated player, and you need to understand that at 1,000, like solving the puzzles itself for 30 minutes a day would be enough to hugely improve your game. If besides that you're gonna also analyze your own games and try to find your mistakes, that would be just hilarious. You're gonna get from 1,000 till, I don't know, 1,500, and plus if you're gonna watch some videos like they're on my channel about some strategy principles that you just can't figure out on your own without a coach, then you're gonna get there even faster. But if you are 2,000, all of that is not enough. You need to really profoundly work on your chess. You have to study some books. That is a very nice thing, but the book also should be a good one, because, well, a bad one could even make it more difficult for you to improve. So yeah, some well-established chess books, like I have mentioned, 60 Memorial Games of Robert Fischer, is a great way to improve. Or yeah, some of Dvoretsky's chess books, the Endgame, of course, manual, or some strategy books, always very good. So that could be a good way. Besides, like you said, besides analyzing your games, studying some chess books should be a good way to improve. And at some point, you need to learn some openings, of course, because I'm always saying up to 2000, it's not that important. You need to understand one or few openings to be able to get through the opening stage, but you don't really need to memorize those long variations. But um, up to 2000, that's going to be fine. But afterwards, you really need to dive deeper into the openings, trying to really study some lines, because, well, your opponent is going to just prepare for you, and then you're basically playing against the engine. So you really need some opening lines to learn, to understand, to remember. Okay, but I still have like, by the way, what is your best puzzle? I'm not sure what you mean about the best puzzle. Maybe you can explain that. But I still have like 50 games, so it's plus 14 minus 15 every time. Like every game you play? Or what do you mean by that? I did 5 losses and 4 draws. Yeah, that's pretty unfortunate. What can I say? But I definitely had those tournaments quite a lot, and it is difficult to recover. What normally helped me a lot is just another tournament, either right afterwards or maybe in after some rest. And then I started to finally, like, I have already lost everything I could, and then I started to finally win some games, and it gave me some motivation. It inspired me to go on, and then I started to play much better. Okay. At what age you got a national master title and international master title? I became a national master at 15 years old and international master at 20. That is a short answer. And I started playing chess at 6. We have already the next game. So it took me 14 years to get from 0 to international master level. Of course, it's not like I was studying every day, so you can't say that it's like 14 years of training every day, but still. Okay, we have the Philidor, my favorite opening, and here I can already take on a4, although it's gonna simplify the position, so let's just play a5 for now. Typical idea is here to play knight b6, pushing this bishop back, yeah, rook e1, knight b6, that is still the main line of the Philidor defense. Now the second knight is coming to d7. By the way, bishop b3 is a slight inaccuracy. I mean, the main line is bishop a2, and the point is that now the knight is coming to c5, and it's gonna come with a tempo, it's gonna attack the bishop on b3. Although if you take the knight, then it doesn't really matter. But yeah, the c4 pawn also might come at some point with the tempo. So bishop a2 is considered to be a little bit more precise, although, yeah, here the bishop is protecting the pawn. Now if you go bishop a2, then it means that you have just lost the tempo, and that's definitely not a good thing. I suppose I can just take the a4 pawn. You have bishop f7, but I just take it, and I'm gonna have 2 bishops. That should be fine. Not sure which, I guess this knight. But it doesn't really matter, I guess he's gonna take and take on f7. Wow. Takes g7. That is something I didn't see. So the idea is queen to d4 check, but I have bishop f6, bishop b2. But that's beautiful, I have to say. And my king is now vulnerable, and in blitz, of course, it's very important. I mean, I don't want to be too greedy, but I guess I have to take, otherwise I don't really have an advantage. If he... Yeah, I'm curious if I can play queen to f6 now. e5, I can take it, right? Otherwise, I really like my queen on f6. But I feel that it's somehow risky. I might miss something here, but I mean, the pieces are protecting each other. If 5 is not working, the knight can't attack the queen, so... Also, if the knight leaves f3, then I have queen to d4. Of course, exchanging the queens would be a dream for me. Okay, he goes for it, so he is sacrificing another pawn. I have to take. Although, maybe I also have pawn takes, rook, b2, and e4. Very fascinating line, but there might be some checkmate in the end. Bishop takes e5 is, of course, a safe option, and I don't see anything particularly wrong with it, so I'm gonna go for it. Maybe rook e3, rook g3, but I mean, I have king h8. Yeah, the bad thing is that this This rook is very active. So let me bring my king back for now. I can do that because the rook is hanging. That would be a horrible blunder. Maybe I should sacrifice a pawn on b7, but yes, an f7 is going to be vulnerable. I want to play b5, but I feel like I don't have enough time for that. Yeah, let me play like I teach in my videos, developing the pieces, because I hope they can take here, and in case of queen to g3, I have bishop g6 protecting everything. And then I still have this passer. Okay, attacking my bishop, so I guess I have to go back. Yes, I'm losing the e5 pawn, but I'm still a pawn up, and a very important pawn. It's going to be very difficult to promote since there is a bishop here. Okay, we are going into the endgame. Should I take it? Yeah, let me just push. If he wants to take, he can take. Because now if he goes away with the queen, then why would you make the f4 pawn so vulnerable? Yeah, I don't know, maybe a3. Maybe he can attack it with both of the rooks, but hopefully I'm gonna have some time to deal with it. By the way, rook a4 might be on my agenda. I mean, I don't like this f4 pawn. I don't understand the point of it. Feels that it's just weakening his position, not making it better. Meanwhile, feel free to ask your questions in the chat, comment on what's happening here in the game, and I'm gonna definitely take a look at it after the game. Okay, so now rook a4, g5. You can take, I mean, what's the problem? Maybe the problem is the move e6 after the exchange. Okay, now he f5. Yeah. What can I say? I'm just blundering everything today. Okay, maybe I still have quite a lot of pawns and I can survive. Maybe I have some activity against the king, but f7 pawn. Let me place my rook on the f-file first, and rook g8 is still on my agenda. I mean, I want to play rook g8, king goes somewhere, king h1, and rook f2. Attacking the bishop. Yeah. I wanted to play something like rook d4, threatening rook d2 and maybe a2. I mean, I understand I'm not winning here, but at least maybe I could survive. Now... Yeah, now I'm just losing this pawn. Yeah, I should have taken the f-pawn. It was a very important one. Wait, here rook a2, I play rook h2, and I'm winning the f5 pawn in the end of the day. Maybe it's not that bad. Now, I also have the h passer. Rook h1 is kind of a threat. Now my king is in the center. Yeah, that's a draw, kind of an immediate draw. Or maybe not. Still wants to fight for the victory because he has a bishop. And he might even succeed, hopefully not. Okay, let me put my rook somewhere here. King. No, I feel like I have a lot of activity. 4. Oops. Check. Also, I have to be fast. That is probably the most important thing. Give a lot of checks. That's always good. Don't want to go to the light squares because... Okay, that's basically a draw offer. Yeah, that's a pity because the position was definitely better for me. And I completely miss the f5 idea somehow. I'm blundering so much stuff. Okay, let me take a look at the analysis. briefly. Yeah, 91% of accuracy is good. Okay. Didn't play that badly, just this f5 idea that I missed. Otherwise, yeah, I was also pretty fine with my play. Bishop e5. Yes, it's a great move, okay. Everything is great. e4 is a mistake. Just taking the queen, okay. Yeah, maybe rook e8 afterwards. Yeah, rook a4 is a blunder, I obviously missed that. Just taking the queen. And then somehow make sure that this bishop... Also not that simple, because if I put the bishop away, then rook is 7 and f7 pawn is in trouble. If I play h5 or h6 and f5 and bishop has to go back, but at least I'm not losing. And here, actually, I was lucky not to lose. I did I did try to create a lot of difficulties for my opponent. Yeah, rook h3, and now it's a draw. So the last mistake was here, king to e2. You just can't give this pawn. Although, how do you do that? What is the best move? King to e4, okay. Yeah, because king is protecting the pawn, and now you can just easily pick this pawn up, and then definitely you're gonna win the game. Okay, so that's clear. Let's try to answer your question. What was your longest game? Well, it actually was kind of a 7 hours game. 7 hours or something like that. And in the end of the day, it was bishop and 2 pawns against a knight or something like that. It was incredibly long one in terms of moves too. It was very exhausting because it was over in like 12 at night. It was an international master norm tournament in the first round. And yeah, that was crazy. Okay, we have another game. Let me play e3. Ah, okay, 5. So we have basically the stone wall. And maybe a good version for black. But at least I'm putting my knight on e5. Quite like it. Not sure if I should have done it so early. But now I want to play f3. I couldn't do that before because of queen h4 check. But now why can't I play f3? I guess I can. Knight g5. Where the knight is going? I mean, of course, stone wall is famous that it's so solid, it's so difficult. But with the time, you can break through. f4. I like the move e4 because I'm still controlling the whole center. I also want to play c4. I just want to break through in the center. I guess that would be great for me. If he takes, I'm not sure. Maybe I just take with a knight because his pawn on e6 would be horribly weak. Okay, bishop goes back. Not sure what is the point. I have to continue the development. c4 or queen e2. I like both the moves. Ah, okay, he was afraid of knight jumping somewhere and then e5. He wants to go to h6 probably, but I don't see any ideas there, to be honest. So let me continue my plan, which is finishing the development and maybe c4. Yeah, I understand that at some point it might be dangerous, but this knight on g5 doesn't feel like it could create any problems for me. Maybe I'm missing something. Maybe he has some great plan. Maybe queen h5, rook f6, rook h6, and checkmate. That would be a pity. Okay, can I take on d5, or maybe it doesn't give me anything? I like knight g4. Let's play, yeah, queen h5. This knight on g5 is controlling all of those squares. So how do I break through? That is not clear. Maybe I have to exchange everything. Knight g4. Let's start with knight g4. Then let's take everything here, or maybe not everything, maybe just once, and play bishop a3, because where should the rook go? If it goes to f7, then I have queen a8. If it goes to d8, it's at least quite passive there and not controlling the f file anymore. Rook to d8. Question is, of course, how do I proceed? I thought about queen e7. Quite like this move. Hopefully here nothing happens, because if the knight moves, then c7 bishop is... Yes, bishop a5, but at least I always have b4. Maybe I should have taken, but hopefully I can always take. I'm not sure what is the threat I'm creating here. Just putting some pressure. Maybe I want to double my rooks. Yeah, he goes for bishop a5. I guess I should play b4, because otherwise it is a very annoying pin. Well, if I take, then d4 might be a weakness. Somehow this knight on d2 is not great. Difficult. Let's play rook f2, rook e2. Does feel slow, but I don't see anything faster. Knight b3, but what does it give? I mean, it would be great to have the bishop here, but once again, it's very slow. I like my rook on the second rank, so maybe I'm gonna have h3 if the knight goes somewhere to protect my knight on g4. Although knight e5 back is also an option. b5. This one I like, because now the bishop is not going to a5. Yeah, probably here I have to play knight b3, and if a4 I have knight c5. I like the fact that the center is going to be opened. I hope that it favors me, although I might be wrong about that. I might even take with a pawn, because it's a move with a tempo. Now rook e5. Hopefully I can do that. And now I can just take, right? Because I'm threatening to take the queen, I'm threatening to checkmate him, I'm attacking the bishop. I mean, that seems to be winning. Yeah, the bishop would be also great to have along the diagonal, but still, that seems to be winning. Should be a little bit careful with my back rank after the d file is going to be opened. So here I really like, yeah, although he has d4. But okay, that would help me, because then I wouldn't have any difficulties with the d file anymore. I mean, I'm threatening checkmate, so probably he doesn't have time. Okay, g6 must be winning somehow. Although maybe no direct. Yeah, let me just take for now. 25 seconds. Now queen f6. e4. Bishop takes. I mean, I always have... The rook on f2 is not doing anything, so... Question is, how do I win here? Maybe rook takes. Because now queen h8 is a checkmate threat. Here I can just take, and I don't see any more threats from his side. Queen f7 is also a checkmate in one thread. That should be over. Checkmate, right? Right. Okay, finally I have played a pretty good game. I'm satisfied with it. Hopefully it's gonna be the start of my winning streak. So let's see. It doesn't mean that I haven't made any mistakes. Okay, I had queen h5. Did you see it, guys? Maybe somebody wrote it in the chat. I could have just played here queen to h5, and that would win the game immediately. I wasn't looking at it. Although I always teach you in my videos to start with the checks, captures, and threats, and that's always true. Should always do it, but I have just thought about f3, and I have seen that queen h4 is winning there, but I haven't thought that I have queen h5 myself. That's incredible. Yeah, I have thought about taking on f4, but why is it winning? It's like more than +2 according to the engine. And now it's 1.5. g3 and f4. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, maybe I'm just not getting much here. That's a problem. Because even though I liked my position, it's not that clear what to do. Bishop a6, the right move. Queen e7 is the right move. b4 is a mistake. Bishop b4. Okay, I didn't want to exchange the bishop. And I didn't want to go back with my queen. But apparently that's the best thing. We don't have a new game. Knight b3, another miss. Okay, c5. Wow, that's +5. Because bishop c7, b6, and the rook is hanging. Yeah, I have missed that. But still, rook e5, that is completely winning here. Rook g5 and bishop b2, yeah. Okay, so now time for your questions. Let me open it. What was the worst someone butchers your name in Germany? I'm originally Belarusian and my dad's name was Vladimir. Vladimir? Which was some weird transcript, and he has some very hilarious stories. Okay, it was Vladimir. That's very weird. Why would they wrote it? Why would they write the name like that? Yeah, I definitely have some funny stories too. I mean, nobody can pronounce my name in Europe because they also write it much more difficult than it should be in my passport. Yeah, normally they just can't pronounce it, maybe make some funny variations of it, but nothing particularly special. I mean, I'm fine with it. I understand that it's very difficult to read, very difficult to pronounce, so I never have any difficulties with that. Round 6, so we don't have any breaks. The round is gonna start in a second. I mean, can I play one game now, please? What do you mean one game? You can play all of the games you want, or do you want? Do you mean the game with me? With me, you can't play, unfortunately, because I'm taking part in the tournament. Yeah, okay, we have a new game, another Philidor defense, and we have the Philidor endgame. Well, that's a perfect thing to happen because I still have 3 minutes and the queens are off the board. I feel myself already like 200 points elo rated, higher rated, because without the queens I can't. I still can blunder a lot of things, but not that much. Not sure about this h3 move. I have never seen it. I guess I can still play bishop b4, but yeah, let's start with c6. Let's play normally. Yeah, and now bishop b4. Because if I play it immediately, then bishop d2. Okay. Yeah, maybe then knight d7 should have been a move if he... I just thought it's so weird to play h3 and f3 weakening those squares, but maybe that was his plan. b5, a5. I miss the fact that, yeah, normally the bishop is not there. And then I play b4 after a4, but now I can't do that. Yeah, that's kind of unfortunate. How do I deal with that? I have bishop c5, takes. I take there. Okay, let's try to do that. Bishop c5. At least I'm gonna have a bishop. The pawn on b3 would be very weak. I mean, those would be double pawns. And hopefully that would be quite a decent compensation for me. But I definitely miss that. I should have played bishop c5 first. And then I would have just avoided all of that problems. Yeah, so you could see you can definitely still blunder even without the queens. Now I hoped to play king to e7 to avoid the fork, of course. Then bring the bishop to e6, then this rook is free to go, the second rook here, and attack those pawns. Still have some time because he hasn't finished his development still. Knight c7, knight d5, it's just an exchange, not a big deal. I guess I'm gonna get this pawn at some point back, and then I should have the initiative. Knight c7, yeah, he's going for it. I mean, rook b8 is kind of automatic. And he's going for the... okay, the a5 pawn is also hanging. Yeah, that's true, but it feels like I'm getting a lot of initiative. Maybe I even sacrifice another pawn. Rook takes, I have check. Maybe... yeah, I'm not sure how to do that, but it feels like I should have something here. Or maybe I just play f6, rook takes, and I don't know, bishop e6. But this knight is coming to c3. Once it's on c3, my initiative is pretty much over, so should create something dangerous before that. Maybe bishop e6, rook b3, and rook b8. Yeah, let's do that. It's not about the pawns. It's about whether I'm gonna create enough active threats. He's taking this pawn first, okay. But if you take the pawn on e5, that would be weird. Because the rook would be clumsy there. So he doesn't want to take, but now I play... not sure if I play rook... no, rook c8 is too late. I should have maybe given a check first and then played rook takes b3. Because then, if the king is on b1, now rook b8 would come with a threat of rook takes b2 check. That is, of course, much more dangerous. But still, rook takes b2 is a huge threat. That would threaten to win the rook. That would threaten to win the knight. And you can't really defend it. Rook a2. Maybe rook a2, because my king... after rook e3, there is rook a7 check. Yeah, so I have to play king f6 first. But then knight c3 is still not a move. Okay, he takes on e5. I don't know, it feels like it should be winning for me. Rook takes b2. I mean, that's the only move, the only active move. Now I can take on g2, I can control the second rank. And this rook on e5 feels so weird. Not sure, I can't play king f6, but I mean, why would I push it from a bad square? The bishop is pinned, but not such a big deal. Knight d5 doesn't give you anything, just king d6. Otherwise, rook c8 seems like a huge threat. Okay, the defense against it. Maybe not entirely. I can bring my second rook to b2. Quite like it. Okay, maybe now knight d5 is kind of a threat, although still king d6, attacking the rook. Knight d3, and I'm winning a piece. Okay, let me bring... let me bring the rook. Check. Maybe now it's time to play king f6. Because I want to play bishop b3, threaten some checkmating ideas. Okay, knight d5. I don't want to run into knight d5, so let me play into g6. Just go away from this knight. And now b3 should be working. f5, just king h6, rook c6, f6. Once the checks are over, I have a lot of checkmating ideas. King to e1, at least I have rook c1. Okay, I have 11 seconds, I have to be fast. Maybe the knight can jump somehow, because he has rook b3, but no, knight a4, just bishop a4. Otherwise, I take on c5. Just go away from the check. Can give another check, but it doesn't change anything. Yeah, seems like I'm winning this game. Rook c1 check. Wow, maybe I'm not winning. Wow, what did I do? Oh, come on, I have missed it. I've blundered it completely, the fact that the knight is attacking the rook. Now it's 3 against 3. Probably I still have some initiative, but I have just 3 seconds. That was crazy. Yeah, I still won on time, but I mean, that was just a checkmate on the board. Let's see. I'm very curious to see. There should have been a checkmate, I'm pretty sure. Maybe just rook h2, just go into the other side, and then there is no way to stop the checkmate. Okay, hi to everybody that are joining. I'm happy to see you here. I have blundered so much stuff today. It was very funny. And now I'm finally starting to play some good games. So hopefully it's interactive for you. Yeah, bishop e6 was a great move. Just sacrificing all of the pawns is, by the way, objectively better here for black. So you could see the number of pawns doesn't matter. What matters is the activity, pieces activity. Those pieces are not taking part in the game. So basically I have two rooks and the bishop against one rook. And so I have to use it. If I spend my time on defending the pawn, that would be too slow. I have to be very fast here and use this opportunity. So rook b8, rook to g2. Yeah, that all is perfect. King to g6 is a mistake. Just rook f2, just focus on the checkmate immediately and don't care about knight d5. Yeah, okay. But that is still good. Here it was rook b1. Yeah, I had just 3 seconds and I somehow, yeah, I can just step back and the rook is pinned. I mean, the knight is pinned. Then maybe bring the rook here. Yeah, that was smart. This position is actually equal. But of course, from a practical point of view, it's much more difficult to play as white because you have a lot of weaknesses. Okay, interesting game. So let's see, we don't have the next round. We have Magnus Carlsen with 7 points out of 7 together with Alexander Borting, so they're gonna play against each other probably. We have Vladimir Kramnik with 6 points out of 7. Hikaru Nakamura with 6 points out of 7. So the tournament today is so strong. It includes Magnus Carlsen himself. I have never played against Magnus yet, but I feel like if I play a lot of Title Tuesdays, one day I should catch him. Good game, thank you very much. I'm playing in lead chess, fluctuating between 16 and 1700 from 2 months. I have reached 1700 from 800. Wow, in 1 year. Please give me some tips to reach 2000. I don't know much about openings and things. Yeah, at 1700, it's already about the time to learn some openings, to try to understand the ideas, maybe not memorize the lines too much, like I'm always saying, but understanding those openings. And that is why I'm making a lot of videos on those topics. Definitely take a look at it on my channel. Otherwise, yeah, you can grab some well-known books, chess books, and try to study it, go through the games one by one, and learn the comments very carefully, and of course go through the variations that are presented in those comments. That should be very very useful for you. And some general advices, of course, solve a lot of puzzles, analyze your games, trying to understand the mistakes, and so on. Okay, I have a very strong opponent here, 26-55, so that means that I finally have achieved the level I should be in a tournament, more or less. If you're playing against a high rated player, it means that you're playing not that bad. I have this queen e8 idea. Now the bishop is coming to this side, trying to put some pressure on the e4 pawn. Because the biggest problem is normally that I should have maybe waited till the bishop will go to e3, because now the bishop can go to d2. a3, okay. Yeah, I should have waited with bishop a5. Or maybe even played bishop b6. Yeah. Maybe I can take on d4 though. And play knight e5. Trying to put some pressure. I'm attacking the knight and the pawn. Okay, knight e2 is defending everything. Yeah, that's a pity. Maybe I still have some tricks. c5, because this f3 square is weak. Bishop takes, knight f3, knight e1. Let's try it. I mean, as long as the knight is not on c3, d5 weakness is not that significant. And yeah, I just want to work tactically here. Yeah, knight f5 is of course stopping that idea, but now I'm gonna have a very powerful bishop here. And a weakness on c4, a target on c4, so rook c8 would attack it. The knight on e5 is also great. You can't push it because his pawn is pinned. So rook goes to c8. I mean, I like the fact that I'm creating a lot of threats. Strategically, of course, he has an advantage thanks to the bishops, but tactically, not sure if he can handle with all of the threats. Yeah, queen takes wait, I have knight f3 check, right? Rook is not protected. King to f1, I have knight h2 check. Unless I'm blundering something, I'm winning an exchange. Yeah, I do. Do I have rook c4? Let me try to be brilliant in this game. Queen takes f2, king h1, queen g1, checkmate. Otherwise, I'm attacking the queen, so it should be good. I'm winning a pawn, I'm attacking another pawn, I'm an exchange up. I mean, generally exchanging the queens should be good for me. Although queen d2 and the b4 pawn would be protected by the bishop, but I have rook c2 also, continuing the threat on f2. Bishop e3. Okay, do I have anything tricky? I have queen takes b4, winning another pawn, and then taking on e3. I don't see anything wrong with that, to win another pawn, because if I exchange, I don't win the pawn. Hopefully it works, because his queen is still under attack. Doesn't really have a lot of space for tricks. And otherwise I want to take it, I want to weaken his pawn structure. Queen d3. Now I hoped I have rook, bishop d2, but just an exchange. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, bishop d2, okay. Takes. But now I have so many extra material. So much extra material. Rook goes to c2. Oh no. I did blunder something. I forgot about the rook. The whole rook, I mean, such a winning position. It can't be more winning than that. I was playing so good. Just play rook b3, rook b2, win the game. And I have so much time. I have a minute. It's so unfortunate. I haven't deserved that. Well, of course, I shouldn't blunder in one move. That's of course clear, but I've played such a good game. That's really a pity. Thank God I'm not losing any real rating points because of it. Not sure why he allowed me to play rook c2. There was no particular reason to do that, but still, he had an extra piece. Yeah, rook knight e4. Okay, let's go for it. It can be worse. At least I'm attacking here. As long as I stop creating any threats, it's immediately over. Can blunder a checkmate in one at some point, but who cares? Knight takes. Okay, the bishop is hanging. Bishop takes f2, I can do because of bishop takes, so I have to take here. But the problem is he takes. Now knight. Now I can't even take. Yeah, I said that I'm gonna blunder it, and I will blunder it. Maybe not. Maybe I have knight x e1, but king goes to f. Yeah. Very, very unfortunate. I basically lose everything here. Don't have any tricks, don't have anything. Yeah. If you're blundering a rook in one move, of course, normally you can't continue the game. But it was so winning, like, it was so perfect. I even exchanged the queens, which is normally what I want to achieve. Oops. what I want to achieve, and then it's over. But yeah, okay. Hopefully you enjoyed it. You make very good videos. Please don't stop ever. Hopefully I'm not gonna stop. I really like creating videos, and hopefully it's also useful for you, instructive. I see here that I have made a brilliant move, so let me show it to you. I hope that was connected to the sacrifice somehow. Yeah, so here it's already completely winning. Rook c4 is a beautiful move. I mean, the brilliant move. Yeah, it feels that way because there would be a checkmate, and I actually mentioned that I want to play brilliantly, but then I just missed everything here. Just play anything. Rook b3. I just wanted to bring the second rook. I completely forgot the fact because here when I played rook takes d3, he was taking my queen, and I haven't thought that the rook can be attacked. Yeah, and then it's over. That's a pity. When you read the message above that was before you blundered, I was not trying to insult you. Had to tune out for a while. What's your score? Have now 4 out of 8, I guess. So not a lot, not a lot. As the young people say, your playing right now is a very big brain. I guess that is rather good because I was really playing well that game, but then I spoiled everything. Okay, after tournament, can I play a game with you? I guess I wouldn't really be able to play the games with you. Maybe, yeah, maybe we can play 1 or 2 games. We will see. We will see. Um, hello. Yeah, hello there as well. Feel free to ask your questions. I guess we have a break now. Magnus and Alexander Bortnik played a draw. Yeah, now we have a draw. We have a break. Let's make a quick break for a few minutes, and I'm gonna be back with the last 3 rounds of Title Tuesday. It's gonna be very exciting, I promise you. And yeah, see you there. Okay, I'm back. Let's see what's happening here. We still have a few minutes till the tournament resumes, so I can answer your questions. Like looking at you more than the Terminator quote. Yeah, sorry, but sometimes I have to make a quick break just to refresh a little bit. I can't play much with you, not chess cut, because I'm playing a tournament here, Title Tuesday, against very, very strong people, including Magnus Carlsen, taking part in the tournament. So I unfortunately can't play with you right now. But after the tournament, I'm gonna play 2 games with you guys. I don't know, the first two that's gonna send me a challenge. And yeah, hopefully that's gonna be great for you. You can go to Lead Chess and send me a challenge there. Or maybe on chess.com is better. Yeah, maybe on chess.com is better because I already have everything set up for chess.com. So don't go to Lead Chess. Just you see my nickname on chess.com. You can find me and send me a challenge. I'm playing the Title Tuesday, the tournament. Probably you can see it in the thumbnail of the stream. It's a very strong tournament where all of the top grandmasters, including Magnus Carlsen, Hikaru Nakamura, and many, many more, Vladimir Kramnik, are taking part, are playing. Those tournaments are happening every Tuesday at 5 p.m. European time. Not sure which time zone you are at. So yeah, and I try to make a stream every Tuesday as well, but yeah, not always it happens because I have some tournaments to play as well. I have some studies to take part. So yeah, but still, every Tuesday there is a tournament, and today there are, as always, 11 rounds, and I currently have out of 4 out of 8, and I'm waiting for the next round. Maybe let me refresh the page because yeah, I'm slightly worried always that I'm missing the game and then suddenly I don't have any time. But this time, yeah, I guess we still have a few minutes of the break. Title of Title Tuesday. Yeah, that's funny. Yeah, so feel free to ask your questions. Meanwhile, we are waiting. Hopefully now, yeah, let's see who is going to be the opponent. Let me take a look at the timer. Okay, we have 45 seconds left. They need Untitled Tuesday. I guess there is an Untitled Tuesday, by the way. I mean, for everybody, not for titled players. I guess, well, chess.com has a lot of tournaments to play as well as Lead Chess, so you can always take part in that. But there is like a warm-up before the Title Tuesday for untitled players or something like that. I'm not entirely sure, but I have seen some tournaments available there for not titled players. Okay, we have 9 seconds. Let's get started. Let's play a good game without any blunders. I mean, really, all of the last, I don't know, 5 games maybe, I was pretty satisfied. Everything was great up to this one move blunder, which is always a pity. Especially if you have a good position. If you're already lost, then who cares if you blunder something. But if it was great, then it's a pity. Especially against a strong opponent. Okay, we have the King's Indian defense, b3, my favorite line. Here with bishop to b2. Is he gonna play e5? Hopefully. Because I really like this line as white. Yeah, we are going for it. Ah no, he's not. Normally you play knight g4. I guess I can just take it. Because knight g4 I have knight d3 or knight c4. Once again, unless I'm blundering something, I'm winning the pawn. But he thought for quite a lot of time about this move, so I'm not sure what's the point. Knight g4. Okay, knight d7, bishop takes, knight takes, bishop a1. That doesn't feel like a good option. But knight d3, I don't see anything wrong with that. I'm protecting the bishop. Yeah, maybe he has some activity, but doesn't feel that dangerous. Also, the knight on d7 is blocking. Ah, queen f6. Okay. Well, fortunately, I have c3. I can't go away with my knight because my rook would be hanging, but I have c3. But that does make my development slower. And does create some difficulties. Maybe I have queen d4 now on my agenda. For example, here. It's going to be a move with a tempo because obviously with an extra pawn, I'm always happy to exchange. And also my pawn structure would be very solid. If he doesn't want to exchange, he has to protect the knight. Queen e7. Yeah, queen e7 might be an interesting move because it also attacks the pawn. By the way, the knight would be also under attack. Yeah, he goes for it. Maybe knight d3. I don't like that the rook is coming. But I have queen e4. Okay, let's play knight to d3. I don't like the fact that my pieces are not really developing. But that's because I always have some threats to deal with. Yeah, now I realized after pawn takes, rook d8, queen e4, queen straight, bishop takes, there is f5, and I don't have any move, and I lose the d3 pawn. But I can take with a pawn there. And hopefully it works. Although his rook is coming to d2. If I take with the queen, doesn't seem to be great. So let me take. If he doesn't play rook d8, although he might have bishop f5. But b7 is also hanging. c6, okay. And then I have some time. How do I use this time? Because knight d2, rook d8, queen e4, takes. Now knight takes, loses a pawn, pawn takes, loses a knight. What do I play? How do I save the pawn? I can play queen e4 right now. And the queen is going somewhere, and then bishop f5 is with the tempo. But maybe it's not such a huge problem. At least I can play d4. And then my pawn structure is solid. I have an extra pawn. Okay, bishop e6. It's even better because now bishop f5 is not coming. And I have time to develop, for example, knight d2. If he attacks my queen, I can always go back. But I really like the fact that at least my development is closer to the finishing stage. Yeah, I guess I have to play d4 because somehow I don't like the fact that my pawns are so weak. Bishop d5 is still not possible. I have to speed up. Don't want to get into time trouble. Okay, knight c4 is not a good move. Yeah, queen e3 is annoying. Because now the bishop is free to go. Let's put the queen on f4 and maybe knight on f4. That's, by the way, feels good because he doesn't have a dark squares bishop, so there are some weaknesses here. Knight is perfect on e4. It's protecting the c3 pawn, threatening some checks. Maybe at some point, I mean, h3 is a threat now, right? Because the knight doesn't have any moves. Yeah, I really like queen f4. I'm happy that I found it. Now the pressure is on my opponent. He's also running out of time. Yeah, now knight e4. Although maybe I should have played h3, although my knight was hanging too. Okay, where do I go now? To c5 or to g5? I have no idea. Let's go to c5. Because the knight is more stable there. Although there I could have created some checkmating threats. Ah, okay, he's sacrificing the b7 pawn, but I can take it, right? Or I can take on d5 and play knight e6. Knight e6 feels strong. Feels strong. It creates a lot of threats. The point is, after rook e8, I have the fork. After rook f6, I have queen b8. Ah, no, I have missed rook e4. I mean, but I have queen 2. Yeah, my knight is kind of trapped. Oops. Hmm. Yeah, I lost control. Completely lost control. Maybe it's still not that bad. Now I need to bring my rook. Yeah, d5. 4. Hopefully my king is still more or less solid. Check. Oh no, shouldn't have done that. Rook's endgame is not that great. Yeah, I have spoiled it. I've spoiled it again. d5 takes. What is the pawns? Yeah, even some pawns down. Horrible. It was such a great position. It was completely winning. And now I'm barely fighting for a draw. Hopefully I can still make a draw. Wait, have a 4. Ah no, maybe not. I mean, I'm fine with exchange. 2 against 1 is simpler. King should go to h3. And then I have to wait and do absolutely nothing. Just be careful with... Ah, okay. Check. Just 1 second. Oh no! Yeah. 1 second, you always blunder something. I said I have to be careful with h4 and I missed it. How stupid that is. I mean, yeah, another very good game. I so liked what I was doing, and at the end of the day, I still lost it. I mean, that's not fair. Chess is not a fair game. Yeah. Okay, that's life. That's life. So 96 wasn't good. I have missed this rook to e4. Oops. Clicking the wrong button. I have missed rook to e4. I thought that knight c7 is winning an exchange. And so it seemed to be great, but it wasn't great. So I needed just to play knight takes b7 there. Let's see. So 94 is great. +2, everything perfect. Even that is perfect. Just rook e1. Yeah, I mean, of course, if I would have seen rook e4, should have seen it probably, but I haven't. Then rook e1 is, of course, a very good move. Now knight c7 is a huge threat because his king is in trouble. Queen g5 is another mistake. Yeah, queen c1, I have thought about this move, but somehow I thought that queen takes, rook takes, and rook d7, my knight is trapped. I have seen the move f3, but I thought, let me save the queens on the board because his queen is weaker. And so I went for queen g5. But actually, this position is good. I mean, a little bit better for white. Yeah, that's very unfortunate. h3 is another mistake. Rook a to b1. Yeah, but okay, already here I don't have anything great. What? I have queen d8 check. Come on. Why I'm not seeing that? It's a check. It's the first thing I must make sure that it doesn't work before going to anything else. I have 15 seconds, but queen d8. How I missed that? I don't see any new comments. Either I just don't see it or you don't write it. Yeah, probably you don't write any new comments. Yeah, but queen d8, I mean, so unfortunate. And even here queen d8 was there. Why I was just going back instead of going forward. That's the opposite of what I always teach. You should always start with moves forward, and only if it doesn't work, you should proceed with some passive moves. Wanted to defend the pawn, but who cares about the pawn? There is a rook hanging. And it's even with a check, so I don't even lose anything. That's incredible. Even here, it's not that bad. Queen d8, exactly, that was the move I was thinking about, creating some threats. Why did I play queen d4? I don't understand it at all. Just was a panic, probably. And even this position is a draw. 3 against 2, that's normally a draw. Exchanging one pawn is okay. Oh, I missed. How I missed stage 4. I mentioned that that's the only active idea for my opponent, the only way to win, and I still missed it. Rook f1 is still a draw because I have rook g1 here. Yeah, and afterwards, of course, with 2 connected passers, it's always winning. Oh, I have missed. Yeah, I have missed the next game starting, and I only have 23 seconds. Yeah, somehow today nothing works for me. Okay, let me play fast. Maybe I can still survive in this game. I'm playing against 24. I can't play d5. I'm basically playing on the increment. Maybe even hoping to get some time. As long as the position is not that complicated tactically, should be fine. Just playing f3 to make sure I'm not blundering. Due to checks, this pawn is controlling everything. Now rook c1, knight d5. It's typically the idea. Let's play 4 just to stop d5 idea completely, and still knight d5 is an interesting opportunity. Rook c8 though. I mean, I can take with this pawn. Maybe that would be better, and then I'm attacking here. Or just along the d file. 24 seconds. If I'm gonna win this game, I would be pretty happy. Without any time. Okay, now 95. The question is, which pawn do I take with? I guess still with this one. Because he can easily fight for the c file if I take with the c pawn. If I take with the e pawn, it's not that simple. I'm gonna have an advantage. In general, this position should be better for me. Now knight c6 is a threat, so he has to take something. But if he takes on d4, I take with the queen. Yeah, I guess I have to take on d5. No. Ah, okay, b2 is hanging. Anyway. Ah, okay. Well, maybe I'm not losing because... Ah, now I'm losing. Yeah, I did blunder. Another good position. They said I'm gonna play very fast, and I have paid the price for it. Unfortunately. This knight is so beautiful on d5, but it's getting lost. Okay, let me try a few tricks. I have 2 connected passers here. Maybe that would help me somehow. I want to play g4 and win on the pawn on e7. I understand that my king is weak, but Ah, yeah, I can't take the pawn. Maybe I can play c5. Oops. Could have taken on e7. Yeah. Ah, it's time. Yeah. What can you do? I mean, they should make some notifications that the new game has started or something. Because I always have a fear that I'm gonna miss it, and then sometimes I just miss it. Because I was so upset about the last game, I have completely forgotten that the new game might have already started. Actually, I played pretty good. Okay, e4 is a mistake. Just take it here. Yeah, that was a blunder. Just play normally. I mean, this knight is so beautiful here. Just a dream position. I so much like those positions, but completely miss the fact that pawn can take, and then I was focusing on bishop takes b2, and I forgot that he can just take with a pawn. And then what is very unfortunate that here after bishop takes g7, if he takes with a king, everything is great, because I have queen takes and queen to d4 check, and then queen b6 attacking the queen, and everything is great. He takes with a knight, and then I don't have anything at all. Wow. Yeah, somehow everything goes the wrong way today. But hopefully still you can take something out of it, at least how you should not play in your own chess games, if anything. Here I could have taken on e7, but it doesn't help. Yeah, it is sad, but it's not a real tournament per se, so not such a huge deal. Let's see, maybe Magnus Carlsen is still playing. No. So Magnus has 9 out of 10. He's leading the tournament. He's showing his class. Let's take a look at some games. No, this game is not interesting. This one. Oh, okay, Queen Endgame. Two very strong grandmasters. Queen Endgames are always very funny. Yeah, that's a very good way, because here's a pawn promotes. Okay, the game is over. Can we still find an interesting game? Gotham Chess is still playing. Yeah, but it's two kings now. Nothing interesting there. Okay, that's one is a draw. What do you think about the fact that Title Tuesday games appear on chess-based database? Yeah, I don't like this fact, to be honest, because, of course, all of the opponents have an advantage of preparing against me in this case, if they see my games played in the Title Tuesday. On the other hand, I don't really play any like novelties, any openings that I would like to try in my in my tournaments. Now h2, and white is winning, picking up all of the pawns. Yeah, bishop g4 check. I'm playing the stuff that I'm normally playing, and so I'm not giving away any of the variations I might play, at least any new variations, because everybody is already know that I play the Philidor defense. There is no surprise there. And if I want to play another opponent in my tournament, then it might be even an advantage, because they see a lot of games in the Philidor. They are thinking I'm playing it all the time in my tournament games, and then I play something else in a real game, and that is a surprise for them. So yeah, it's always double-edged, because it's still a blitz game. You can't really count this as a real tournament games. So it might be useful and it might be harmful. You should be careful. Okay, I'm playing against another streamer here, Women FIDE Master. So let's at least play a good last game. Is she gonna take on e5 or not? Yeah, she's thinking for a while. 92. We already had this move today. I played c6 and b5. And in that game, it wasn't really that great because I had some difficulties with it afterwards, so I should be careful. Maybe queen a5. So my opponent played g4 in that game, as far as I remember, and I played g6. Yeah, now maybe queen a5, or maybe knight d7. Queen a5 kind of stops castles because I have b4, and then the a4 pawn is going to be attacked. But if she plays a3 after queen a5, then I don't really achieve anything. So let me just develop. Still, this g4 idea is coming, and yeah, I have to get my counterplay somehow. Okay, knight g3 without g4, but that's not that dangerous. Now I can even play g6, just stopping it completely. h4, I can even play h5. The problem is this d6 square. If I play bishop g7, there is takes, and queen. Queen to d6. So maybe I play queen a5 or queen c7. d5 might be there. b4 takes. Yeah, queen c7 hopefully works. At the very least, I always have takes on d5. Okay, now she's kind of preparing for the move. d5, so let me play a6 just to make sure that everything is protected here. Yeah. I don't really try new openings in the title Tuesday. I have enough stress here with the stream and everything. If I'm gonna play new openings, then I'm gonna just lose some time in every one of my games, trying to still commentate and trying to figure out what to do. There is enough pressure. Because normally in the pleats, you play the openings you are normally playing because you know it a lot. I mean, you know it very good, so you don't need a lot of time to figure out the right play. Yeah, somehow my king is still in the center, and that might be a problem. Bishop b4. I mean, of course, I have some weaknesses here, but wait a second, I have knight g4. Knight g4 is a very typical idea. d7 is still protected, so hopefully knight g4 is fine, because she's given me such a beautiful square. H-pawn is already gone, so I mean, you can go back, but then I take on f4. Otherwise, if you take here, for example, I can take there, take on e5, and the knight on e5, it would be controlling everything. It would be perfect. Yeah, that is why she's playing f5, but I can still exchange. Because if I don't exchange, the bishop is going back. I have to take, and now I don't know which way I'm developing the bishop. Maybe this one, because it's more solid, and then castle. Kind of helps my development. Although, with the castle, I have to be careful. My knight is kind of hanging if queen d3. Okay, now I can castle. Hopefully, sacrifices don't work here. Knight h5, takes. Yeah, I don't see enough resources. Bishop g7, knight f6. Should be fine. Yeah, but f5 was definitely the right move for white. Instead of taking on e5. Maybe even I should have taken on f... No, shouldn't work. That's too dangerous. Now I want to bring my rook. The knight should go to c5, probably. Yeah, this bishop is a problem, because it's so passive. But if I play c5, then d5 is a beautiful square for the knight. So I still have some issues to solve. And also, of course, I have to be careful with whole potential sacrifices, or I don't know, some pressure on the king side. How are you? That's a good question. Well, the tournament is not going great for me, but apart from that, I'm very good. Everything is good in my life, thank God. So I'm fine, thank you very much. Yeah, now knight, wow, g4. How do I deal with all of the threats? f6 doesn't make any sense. And f6, maybe b4 now, because I'm gonna take it here with a tempo. Maybe she's gonna ignore this threat. Although after h5 I have knight h7 and the queen has to go away, then I'm winning the knight. And if the knight goes away, then I'm winning the pawn with the tempo. So knight h7. According to my plan, the queen has to go back. Still, those pawns are dangerous, but hopefully I'm gonna control it. g5. Yeah. f6 is coming. I don't have queen b6. How do I deal with that? f6? Hopefully f6 works. Ah, no. I missed the check. Completely. Yeah. Now it's not funny anymore. I might be checkmated. Oops. Hmm. 4 seconds. Crazy. Yeah, I don't know. Feel like I'm completely lost. I have lost everything. Takes check. Oops. Oops. Don't have any time. I'm losing everything. Yeah, that was just crazy in the end of the day. It was everything under control and then suddenly everything falls apart. I mean, that's a typical game of today's Title Tuesday. Somehow I don't know why I'm so funny. Uh, why it's so fun to me. I mean, lost everything, literally everything. Even though it felt very good up to some point, but just as any game today. Yeah, knight g4. Seems like I have achieved everything I could dream about. Bishop h6. Yeah, castles is a mistake. I should just castle in the other way. Why didn't I think about it? It's so logical because the king is much more safe here. Yeah, that's very weird. And that was a brilliant move, right? Yeah, knight h5 is a brilliant move. Okay. But still it's winning for black. Yeah, f6 is a blunder. So I was trying to figure out how to deal with all of these threats. I couldn't find it. Like those pawns are moving fast. Let's see what's the best move. Just rook f8. Ah, okay, that's creating a threat. Yeah, that is something I missed because the rook is under attack. And then I'm exchanging this rook. I'm trying to exchange another one. Yes, that was the right way. Yeah, you could see that today everything falls apart. Here it's completely winning. Completely winning here. No chances to fight. Okay. So let's play 2 games with you guys. Feel free to send me a challenge on chess.com. You could see my nickname here, Journey to Grandmaster /YouTube. Because the tournament is over, it's last round. Send me a challenge. I hope you can do that. I'm not sure what my settings are in terms of challenges. Where should I check it? Because on Lichess it was a problem with the challenges. I'm not sure. Try to send me a challenge for a 3+0 game on chess.com if you want to play against me. Somebody wrote that you want to play against me, so please feel free to send me a challenge and we are gonna play a game and call it a day. Okay, the tournament is over. Magnus Carlsen has won it. Congratulations, and I have scored 4. I guess I never scored that low as 4 points out of 11. That's my worst tournament ever. Well, that happens too. Hopefully you still have learned something out of it. Lead chess is easier. It might be easier, but yeah, then give me a second to go to the other platform. Yeah, it's not that simple actually, because I have no, I can do that. Just send me a challenge on chess.com, please. My camera is not working. Yeah, now I'm back. Yeah, no, somebody wants to be friends, but that's not what I want. I want you to send me a challenge. I'm not sure if you can do that. Where are the settings? Board. Can you send me a challenge? I don't see any challenges yet. Or maybe it's not possible at all on chess.com to send a challenge. Maybe it is. Okay. How do I do that? Let me just go to lead chess and see if you can see the board. Yeah, I'd have to adjust it. Okay, send me a challenge on lead chess. My nickname is Great Chess Coach. It's 3+0. And the first two challenges I'm gonna play. And afterwards, we will call it a day. That one I don't need anymore. Let's see if I have any challenges. One game in play. Don't need that. So, please, who wants to play? Send me a challenge now. This nickname. Maybe the problem. I guess last time I corrected it, and you should be able to send me a challenge. Maybe not. Preferences. Privacy. Yeah, always. So you can challenge me. Please do it now. Otherwise, if I don't have any challenges, we are gonna end the stream. Who said that wants to play a game against me? Are you still there? Let me update. Maybe I don't see the comments. Maybe nobody wants to play. By the way, we also have a team on Lead Chess, so please feel free to join it, because that is where we are going to play some tournaments, some games. I'm gonna make an additional stream, like just playing with you guys, but I still don't see any challenges. Who was it who said that wants to play a game with me? Do you still hear me and see me? Because I'm not even sure. Hopefully you can still hear me. How to get to live chat? Please, guys, send me a challenge on Lead Chess for a 3+0 game, and let's play. Nobody wants to play, then okay, that's also fine. Seems like we don't have any people wanting to play. I mean, I can play a random game, but doesn't make any sense. I have... Yeah, send me a challenge on Lead Chess, and I'm gonna play with you a bit. Go to Lead Chess, find me. I have written my nickname in the chat. So just find me on Lead Chess and send me a challenge for a game, and I'm gonna play with you. Somehow nobody wants to play. Wanna wait another minute, and then we are gonna end it. Because I don't see any challenges. Either you don't know how to do that, but last time it was very simple. I have got a lot of challenges from you, and we have played a lot of games. Or maybe you don't hear me. Not sure what the problem is. On Lead Chess, I have repeated it like 20 times now. Lead Chess, one of the biggest chess websites. Some of you have written that Lead Chess is easier. Yeah, it's you. You have written that Lead Chess is easier, and now you're asking me where you can send a challenge. On Lead Chess. Yeah, finally. No, but it's 5 plus 5. That's a very long game. Send me a challenge for 3 plus 0. Too slow. Yeah, I have just written the username. Great chess coach. Let me write it again. I've just written it in the chat. I have told you it many times. It's great chess coach. Feel free to send a challenge. I have got one challenge for a 5 plus 5 game, but it's a very, very long one. Okay, no challenges. Maybe you just don't have a wish to play. Maybe you are tired, just as I am. Then thank you very much for being with me today. I really appreciate it, and I see you probably next Tuesday, playing another title Tuesday. And yeah, thank you very much. No, you can challenge me because I have the preferences that you can always challenge me. I even checked it here in the privacy. Let other players challenge you always. So I'm not sure what the problem is. Okay, thank you. No challenges. See you next time. Thank you for being with me. Hopefully it was instructive for you, and see you next